Confusion is a choice. Tell me about a time when you've chosen to be confused. Leave a comment below, and if I can help you, I'll get back with you. In college, I signed up for a computer science course. I went to one class and I never went back. When I got into the class, I had a teacher, and I'm sure he was great, but he had a really strong Indian accent. I thought that would actually really help me because I had to focus and listen to what he was saying. As I focused, I realized I don't have a clue what this guy is talking about. I would look over to my right and all the students were nodding their head. Yeah. I'd look over to the left and they're nodding their head. And so after class, I went up to them and said, do y'all know what he was talking about? And they said, no, I have no idea what he was saying. I quickly went and dropped the class and got another class. But then a few months later, when I would run into my friends who stuck with the class, I'd ask them, hey, how's it going? They all had D's or F's. That's an example of choosing to be confused. And it's one of the only times where I was really clear-eyed and realized I need to be out of that class. One of my mentors is Donald Miller. He's the author of Building Your Story Brand and also Business Made Simple. As a certified coach and marketing guide with his organization, I get to hear a lot from him. And one of the things he says is don't choose to be confused. And I often use that phrase with my clients. For example, I'll say, I think we may be choosing to be confused. Or I may say, hey, look, we don't want to choose to be confused. And for some reason, it just resonates with people. Whether they understand right away what I mean or not, they tune in, they listen to what I'm saying. And often they'll ask me, give me an example of choosing to be confused. We choose to be confused all the time in business and in life. Let's say we have a lady who's been working in our office for years. We've kind of put up with her for a while. She doesn't get along with the employees, and she really doesn't get along with the customers. She does her job and kind of stays to herself. But we know we probably need to do something, whether it's send her to some kind of training, counsel her, or even fire her. But we choose not to deal with it. We tend to let things just go as they are when we know in our heart of hearts we need to make a decision and do something with that employee. We do it in our life too. Oftentimes we stay in toxic relationships when we know we need to be out of it. Or we do things for our health or don't do things for our health because we choose to be confused. I want to share with you a few tips on how we can make better decisions and not choose to be confused. Weigh out the pros and cons. I know that's kind of old school, but it doesn't hurt to lay out a list and look at the pros and the cons when you're trying to make a decision. You can also do if-then scenarios. If this happens, then we ought to do this. And I would suggest asking a trusted friend. It doesn't hurt to talk to somebody and say, look, this is a situation. I'm really trying to make the best choice. What should I do here? Or what would you do in this situation? And if all else fails, remove yourself from the situation and treat yourself like you are the trusted friend and ask yourself, hey, look, if this wasn't me, what would I do here? If these videos add value and you'd like to see more, subscribe. We put them out every Wednesday so you can lead your people, grow your company, and live your life.